What's your name?
Hi, I'm Mel Heesom-Green.
I'm G, Gada.
What do you do here?
I am the assistant props director.
I am the property's intern.
What does that mean?
I kind of help the shop out through their projects and help assign projects to different students and handle some of the shopping and inventory stuff for the shop.
I would say about the same. I do a lot of the kind of carpentry-esque projects here that kind of blend in between scenic and props, and a lot of driving trucks, going to the stove, stuff like that.
Where are you from?
I'm from Fresno, California.
I am from Lynchburg, Virginia.
Pismo or Avila?
Like, which one do we prefer?
Yes.
I prefer Pismo, but Avila has a dog beach, and my dog has become very obsessed with that beach. So I prefer the dog beach, which is Old Port Beach, and then Pismo, and then Avila.
Pismo.
Pick one, the Marion, the Severson, or Solvang Festival Theater.
Ooh, as an audience member, Solvang, but as a technician, the Marion.
Solvang.
How did you get involved in your field?
So I've been on a little bit of a journey. I did scenic art and scenic design in college, and then as well as at PCPA. And then I did an internship with Jason Bolin, the scenic designer here. And while I was his intern, I did a lot of props work. So then when the assistant props director position opened up, I got some messages from Jason and Abby saying they think I would be a good fit, and I applied, and here I am.
After college, I came to do the summer internship for scenic, and I kind of wanted to stick around, and I'd never tried props before, so when the year-long position was open, I figured I'd give it a go. Here we are.
I feel like you both answered what's been your PCPA journey in those sentences, so I'm going to skip that one.
Valid.
Cool. I was also a paints intern with Abby.
What's a show you've worked on that you're really proud of?
I really enjoyed when I was Abby's intern working on The Addams Family. That was really cool, working on the backdrop for that and the portal.
I would say I had the most fun props-wise working on Beauty and the Beast. I thought I got to do a lot of really cool stuff for that, but I did props lead for Sanctuary City, and that was probably, like, I really liked the meaning and intent behind that play, so that one was super cool to work on, and I'm very proud of that.
What do you wish people knew more about PCPA?
How much effort all of the tech students put in. It's not just the tech faculty that's doing all the work, it's a lot of the students putting in a lot of work and a lot of heart into all their projects. And I think sometimes, since they're not on stage, people forget that there's people behind all those props and all the set.
Repeat the question? What do I wish people knew?
People knew more about PCPA?
I'll come back to that one. Let me think.
Who is one of your favorite collaborators here?
In a completely biased way, Jason, because I was his intern. He's just really sweet, and he is a pretty easy designer to work with. He tends to be pretty go with the flow, and if anything goes wrong, he's willing to talk it out with you. And because I worked with him, we just have a closer working relationship now, and it's been really nice to see props and scenic design getting along so well.
I would probably say Natasha in paints and just paints in general. I think kind of for both props and scenic without the paints at the end of it. It would just kind of all look silly, and I think that like the collaboration between the two really helps the pieces come to life, and it's always so awesome to drop something off that looks all plain like this, and then in a week it is like a totally different piece just from the paints alone.
What 3 words would you use to describe your team?
Hardworking, creative, and a little goofy. I think in props you kind of have to be lighthearted, but still have that hardworking behind it, because if you're just goofing off all the time, it's never gonna get done. But also, like, we had to make a fake sausage, so like it's goofy.
I would also say hardworking, innovative, and I think goofy is a good one. I think we have a lot of fun in the prop shop, and it's a lot of hard work, but I really like kind of just getting a random, sometimes the most random problem that it's like, how the heck are we supposed to do this, and just coming up with a cool way to make it happen.
Who should do this interview series next?
Abby Hogan.
Same answer, actually.
Favorite restaurant on the Central Coast?
I've been going to Cool Cat Cafe a lot. It's really nice. Good vibes.
I'm really stuck between Giuseppe's and Shaw's, but I feel like Giuseppe's has a special place in my heart. I really love Italian food, so good.
What is your favorite part of your job?
Probably seeing all the students' hard work come together, like watching them go through all their processes on their projects, and seeing how like passionate they are about them, and then having it finally on stage and seeing them so excited about having it be on stage.
I would probably say for me it's been like kind of going back to like the kind of funkier projects to work on, like things that seem like weird asks, but then you kind of think through the process and figure out how to make it actually happen. And I think that that's a really cool part of props, and it's really fun to do.
Astrological sign.
Scorpio.
Favorite holiday?
Probably Halloween. It's just fun to dress up and like go to parties or go out.
Halloween. It's gas.
What's your favorite Shakespeare play? If you're a fan of Shakespeare.
Something Rotten. Do you have a favorite Shakespeare?
I really like Midsummer.
Midsummer's good.
I also like Oedipus. I know it's like, but it's like, I don't know, it's one I did in college, and it was actually really fun to work on and see.
Midsummer Night's Dream is my answer.
What's a show you want to work on?
This is probably kind of a future answer as well, but I'm really excited to work on Something Rotten. It's one of my favorite musicals.
Hadestown.
What show are you most looking forward to, or were you looking forward to during season 61?
Something Rotten.
Beauty and the Beast, I'd say.
If you could trade places with anyone at PCPA for one day, who would it be?
Probably Abby Hogan.
I'd love to be Kevin for a day. Just once. Have that
Just
power.
once.
Feel the rush.
Okay. What's your favorite thing about living on the Central Coast?
That's the Central Coast. Like, we have great weather, we have great views. Like, every day on my commute to work, I just think how lucky I am to live here and how gorgeous it is, and I'm just super happy here.
The weather is a huge plus coming from Virginia, where it's humid and then snowy, and it's perfect weather here all the time.
What's the most challenging part of your job?
All the random props they make us do, like a breakable guitar.
I would say, I'd say like I feel like this is a very generic answer, but like time constraints always make things harder, or make you make decisions differently. So I'd say that's the most challenging for me to work with.
What's your favorite thing to eat for lunch?
Popeyes.
It's got to be Taco Bell.
It's a good one.
Yeah, especially like the side of chips and cheese. That'll save a bad day for me.
Dogs or cats?
Dogs.
Cats.
Sweet or savory?
Savory.
Sweet.
Name a word that starts with the letter Q.
Can I say queer? That's the first queer. There you go.
Queen.
Milk chocolate or dark chocolate?
Dark.
I would say it depends.
Go-to karaoke song?
The one and only time I did karaoke, I did Money, Money, Money by ABBA.
You will never catch me within 20 feet of a mic on a karaoke night. I like to sit and laugh.
Who inspires you?
Honestly, Abby Hogan inspires me. She has so much energy and so much enthusiasm and is so talented and hardworking and just like from the moment I met her, she was an inspiration in my work.
My mommy, she is just a very strong, kind, and loving woman. She always pushes me to step out of my comfort zone, which is something I struggle with, and is always there to catch me if I fall.
How do you relax after a long day?
Living on the Central Coast is really nice because you can just go to the beach after a long day. So I like to go to the beach with my husband and my dog, and she gets really excited when we're both there at the beach with her and starts barking at all of the strangers for no reason.
I like to play like games with my friends from back home, or watch like movies or a new show with my partner. I think that that's usually what I would do after work to chill out.
G, going back to this question for you, what do you wish people knew more about PCPA?
I think like how many opportunities there are for people to like learn and do different things. Like I didn't even really know about the youth and community arts until I started doing the stuff during the school year, and I think that that's really awesome that you guys get to kind of go around and about and do the things that you guys do. And there's a lot of other kind of like departments and stuff that I feel like they get to do a lot of cool things that I'd never learned about until I came here.
Great. Okay, last question. What's your proudest accomplishment?
Not this guitar, but in my free time in the past couple years, I have made 1 electric guitar and 2 electric bass guitars that are just gorgeous and made from exotic hardwoods and play beautifully and makes me really happy.
For Beauty and the Beast, I did the rose, the enchanted rose that dropped all the petals and stuff, and I never really worked with pneumatics or anything like that, so it was really cool to kind of work with Tim through the process of figuring out how to make that happen, and also kind of tagging into Scenic to learn how to set up a pneumatic system. That was really cool and really fun.
Great, that's all we got for you.
Sweet.
Yippee!
Thank you so much.
Yippee. Yeah,
Thank
of course.
you.
Thank you guys for coming.